loud. There we go. Welcome, everybody, to Lore Making Part 2, where we are going to make more lore in Part 2. Alright, I'm trying to get a few things fixed out. I'll turn that down on my end. Okay. That's done. Load this. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, apparently things just don't want to load today. Okay then. Apparently there was an update. There are updates for the program. Welcome everybody to Lore Making Part 2. I hope you're excited, because I am terrified. I think by now I'd remember to send messages. But I don't. I don't remember to send messages out. I don't remember to do anything. I need to do more than just send it to Twitter though, because I don't really think anybody even goes from my Twitter to here. That's not what I wanted. Stop doing that. Okay, so we're good there. Good there. But at Discord for not sending out messages. I do it myself. Sorry, I'm just trying to Alright. Really should have thought this through. Ah, that hurts so bad. I hope everybody is as excited as I am to try to make more lore. Hopefully this goes right. I doubt anybody will see it, but it's okay. Oh shit, why is... Apparently my boobs are loading today. Put those away. Put those grippers away. Sorry, I'm a little out of it. I don't know. I think my mind's just kind of drained after yesterday's Doom Eternal. Doom Eternal. Okay, so we want to... Oh, that's not what I wanted. Okay, I guess that doesn't work. Part 1. Wanted to do it a little differently in this part, but oh well. Alright, give me a second. Just trying to make sure I got everything right. Making sure everything is right before we switch over. Okay. Switching over. Now. And you got a blank screen of death. Here we go. My tails away. Tails are in the way. The tails are in the way. Chat over there. And I gotta move myself. That is not VTube Studio. You don't see nothing. Discord really being a butt? Yeah, Discord's being a butt. It's not even sending out my thing. Stupid Discord. Being a butt. Okay. So, we're going to... Sorry. You don't see nothing. Okay, so we have... Okay, that's covering that. That. Don't really think I need this, but we're gonna have it open anyways. Okay. Yeah, today... Wait a minute. There we go. Oh, now you're gonna send it out? Oh, now you're gonna send it out. I see how it is. See how it is, Discord. Stupid. Okay. We are now on part 2 of my lore. And part 2 entails the... God, it is cold as shit in my room. I did not think this through. It's fine though. It is fine. The part 2 is going to be a bit different than part 1. There's going to be other things going on. I haven't fully thought part 2 through. I have everything I need for part 3, but part 2 is like, nope, I'm not going to know what to do. I'm not going to know and understand anything. I kind of understand where I want to end part 2. That part I do know. But everything leading up to it, I don't have an idea for. So we are... sorry. Ow. Fuck me. Hit my teeth with my straw. It hurt. So we are going to do that now. Let's see. We have the starting. We're going to go over the start just real quick. Again. In the beginning, there was nothing. Well, that's not entirely accurate. In fact, there was something. And that something was me. You see, all the stories you have heard are all technically true, but they are also completely false. The truth, as hard as it is to accept it, is that I was the only thing to exist. I don't know when or how long, I just always was. In fact, the only thing I do know is that one day I found it. I found the light of creation. When I first gazed up at the light, I was afraid. I wanted to run away, but I didn't. Instead, I took the light into my hands that I don't have, and I devoured it. I don't know why, I just did. I don't know why. I don't know why. Why I did it. Just did. I don't know why I did it. I just did. I took the light and snuffed it out. Or so I thought. I thought the light would fade, but instead it grew. Even if only a little. I didn't know what to do. I kept trying to contain the light. But with each moment it grew brighter and brighter until it happened. The light engulfed me. I was covered in the light of creation. And from that light I was given a tangible form. A body. I could no longer sense or feel the light of creation. Instead I knew I had become the light. For what felt like endless eternities, I wandered aimlessly with no purpose. It wasn't until I felt it. It pulled at me. It tugged at my chest. It was loneliness. With the light gone, I was all alone. With the light gone, I was alone. I had no one. Something told me there was a way to no longer feel this pain. So I searched my mind for something. Something that would bring me joy and happiness. With an endless amount of thinking, but I finally found a way to create my happiness. I came to the conclusion that in order to find my happiness, I had to create it. I began doing just that. I did countless things in my desire to create my happiness, until finally it happened. I had created it, the very first universe. My first taste of happiness, and my first taste of despair. Watch my first creation flourish. This is the part many know as the Big Bang, but again, that is only a false truth. I observed the universe for what felt like mere seconds before my happiness was shattered. My creation. The first brought about its own destruction. I witnessed the first being be created, and in the same moment witnessed the last being take its final breath. My creation, my universe was gone. But in that moment, I felt anger, rage, and despair. So I decided to try again. This time I would guide my creations. I was a fool to think that Fuck, I just lost my place. I was a fool to think that countless universes were created. I was a fool to think that. That's technically a period. I hate that I'm finding these mistakes. I was a fool to think that. Countless universes were created and countless more were destroyed. Each time I would try something different, only for the outcome to be the same. I continued to create and watch the very beings I adored and loved perish. It was then one day I thought of a different approach to creation. In each and every universe I felt an imbalance. I felt that something was missing. It was then that it dawned on me. I was the missing piece. Outside of the universes, all the power of creation was with me. Inside was nothing. Only a small fraction of the light was inside. So I decided that with each universe I would place a piece of myself in each and every one of them. In each and every one. That makes more sense. I started with a single universe, and in that universe I placed a version of myself and let the flow of time do its own thing. It succeeded. The universe was stable. It continued to flow long after it should have ended. Life continued, and when it was time, new life was formed. I watched this single universe for countless eternities. Then I felt it again. I felt the sense of loneliness. It was strange. I had what I had desired, yet I wanted more. So in that feeling, I created a second universe. I did the same as before and placed another side of me inside this new creation. I created the second, then the third, fourth, and before I knew it, I had created an infinite number of universes. Millions upon millions of universes were created, and millions more were destroyed. In my desire to escape my loneliness, I destroyed that which I created. I destroyed that which brought me joy. It was then that I understood what needed to be done. I had finally understood what the light was for. I had to maintain the balance of creation and direct its flow. I could no longer keep each universe running infinitely. Instead, I had to ensure that each universe reaches its correct end, so that a new universe would be born. I decided to keep a fraction of myself in each and every universe that was created. The version would return once its universe was reborn, and a new one would take its place. But in order to maintain this, I needed to ensure that my desires were removed from the creation process. In order to ensure that my desires were removed, I had to put myself into an eternal sleep. So I created a space inside this infinite realm where I would forever sleep. In order to ensure that I would never wake from my endless dream, I needed to create one last version of myself that would ensure the balance and flow is properly maintained. So I created a vessel. A vessel. One that would exist outside of the universes, but not exist alongside me. I had to give this version of me a name, since I myself did not have one. I gave this version the name Setsuna Fox. Yay! Still needs some tweaking. But it's better. Oh, there it is. It's better. We did it one day, so we take what we can get, right? Right. Right! Yeah. That is a thing there. Alright. Clean my glasses real quick before we move on to part 2. I'm thinking part 2 takes place a very long time after part 1, of course. Oh? Where the fuck did you even come from? Part 2. How are we gonna start part 2? That's the question I gotta ask myself. How do we start part 2? Whew. I am very cold today. Far colder than I usually am. How are we gonna start part 2? Let's see. Oh, hold on. We need to have it in the center. I mean, because, you know, technically, the concept of time doesn't really exist for beings outside of the realm of universes. So this would make sense to technically be what states the start of the next. Now we haven't introduced any analogies of clocks and shit. Oh god, my brain is. That didn't even make any sense. And I know some amount of time later, as Setsuna watches over the universes, something begins to change. A crack takes form. Does that even make sense? We can make it make sense. No, that doesn't make any sense. do part 2 differently. No, we're just gonna go and break the fucking fourth wall. We're also gonna play at my popularity completely, because you know that none of this fucking ever happened. Anyway, might as well shatter the front page right now. Maybe we put in the same. I don't know who's going to be speaking in the lines, so we're just going to have I1 in parentheses to figure out who's going to talk.
You're ugly. You're disgusting. I'm going to kill you. Give me $200.
Oh shit! Can I owe you? Because I'm broke. Hey Waza, welcome Darkness as well. Welcome. Sorry if I don't pay attention. Trying to stare at the keyboard. Gets a little hard. I'm tired. I'm more tired than I thought I'd be, which is weird because I didn't have a very busy. Well, it wasn't super hectic last night at work, so I don't know why I'd be so tired. Oh, I get rest. Work just, you know, hits you like a brick. Yeah, most VTubers do backgrounds completely differently, with lore being completely. They become the VTuber. You know what? Fuck it. We're gonna jump right past all that shit, go straight into the dark dun. Dun dun dun. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore.
Badonkers.
Yes, there are badonkers. We're also gonna make it to where VTubers are apparently super popular in the real world for this to happen. I hope everybody's doing good as well. I'll be fine. It's just cold plus work plus I'm not wearing pants. You know, doesn't really help. Doesn't really help keep me warm. Keep doing forgetting to do the parentheses. We have a conversation between viewers, VTuber lovers, and people. You know, we're just gonna skip past all that shit. We don't have to do the same standard bullshit everybody else does. We're rebels. And I'm also not going to do a 30 page paragraph on this part. How is it spelled? I am really putting in my shit that I don't feel like I'm anything at all at this point, and I don't fucking know. You know, we're just gonna do it. We're gonna break the mold and fuck was that? I'm gonna devalue myself to hell and back, but we're gonna fucking do it the right way. In my lore. I'm just gonna kick my own ass, apparently. Oh, I didn't even see that Dr. Phil is a baddie. I'm not able to spell today. Why does it? Hold on. I gotta get rid of my titties. If they're gonna keep popping up every time I'm typing, it's gonna get weird. It is going to get very weird. Okay. How did I want this next part to go? I want this to sound like a voice echoing want to just? What do I want to just say? Oh god, this is terrible. Does this make any sense to anybody? I don't think it makes any sense to me. The fuck do you spell sigh? I just spelled it, didn't I? Sigh. I love how I can spell. I love how I can spell some of the most complex words, and then like the simple word that I've spelled thousands of times just fucks it off. I'll word this. Hey Sabaro, welcome. I wanted to ask, well, I wanted to ask everybody truthfully. I was thinking of doing a Discord watch along for the abridged anime, and I was wondering what day you guys might want to try to do it on. Because I want to do it because it sounded fun, and doing it on Discord would probably be easier than on stream because less chance of getting a strike or a copyright or whatever. Right now, I'm trying to figure out how the fuck to do these lines. There. That's how I do it. I mean, do you not have access? It sounds very rude to say this, but do you not have access to like a computer or something that you can use? I mean, if I can figure out a way to do it on stream, I'll do it. I'll just maybe delete the VOD afterward or something. Like, I don't mind doing it. I know people have done it before. Ah. Okay. Breaking the 2D meta here. Something like that. Something similar, but it's less so pulling back, more so fighting to get out. I can only do so much with this description because I can't go into full detail because it's technically a script that we have to read and go off of. Hello, Silent. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Like, this is the hard part because I know the end point to part 2 that I want to get to. Getting to it, that's the problem. I will never do that. It'll make sense. It'll be terrible, but it'll make sense. That's not exactly what I was going for. Really? Did I spell it wrong? Really? Was that so hard? God damn it. What the fuck are you talking about fidget spinner for? Okay. I think that's part two. It's supposed to be confusing because part three is where it all comes to a head. Like I said, part two is the weird part because it's kind of the in between. Part two is always like the in between parts is what I always have problems with when it comes to story writing. The point of this is to kind of be, it's a time jump from the end of part one where, you know, the creation of Setsuna Fox comes in, and then you have some time pass. Now time passes. Time passes, and then you have, you know, VTubers come into play. Where, you know, this group of people, where VTubers are apparently very popular in the outside world that aren't just, you know, niche. You know, where anybody talks about VTubers and like, oh, you mean that person or that person or that. You know, it switches over to the perspective of, you know, Setsuna. They're freaking out over the incident. You know, it's been some time since it. They're panicking, trying to figure out what to do. Freaking out, moving over. And then explaining. And explaining that, you know, while people think that it's a, you know, a VTuber model per se, you know, they're actually, you know, the actual person behind it, using VTubing as a way to play themselves. Since, you know, a seven-tailed kitsune is not a very obvious thing outside of conventions and shit. Then you have the voice speak. It's no dream. What you've been denying coming to bite you in the ass. And you have the freak out. And you have the crack appearing right over the chest. And then the hand bursting forth. Grabbing her. Stopping her, and then, you know, the eye appearing. They're tired of waiting. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense right now. Like, trust me, I get it. This legit does not make any sense. But part three is where it all ties into it. It all ties into everything that's going on. Part three, I actually have a lot more of a handle on. Per se, in what's going on. That hurt. On the back of my neck. I never watched that anime. This part isn't supposed to make much sense because I don't really want to dwell over this part too much because, again, this part isn't super important. This is just kind of contexting it that, you know, they've been streaming for a while. They've been using this model and something strange has happened. You know, cracks are appearing. Pretty creepy, and they ended stream and panicked. You know, then, you know, things we're talking about. That's only one hand that came out. There's gonna, trust me, it gets Not graphic, but it does get explained. The usual thing of, something small happens and then like some big VTuber says something and everybody forgets about the previous thing. It would be a change that shake the very fabric of creation. This Setsuna freaks out, aka me. Freaks out, panics, wonders what's going on. And then the voice. And then the voice starts filling her head. My head. It starts spouting, screaming, echoing with things. You freak out, as you would if you start hearing voices out of nowhere. This is also meant to just kind of not rush through, but it's to take into account that this is basically just a small fraction. This is to take into that anybody who's seen my content knows what's going on. Type deal. Because there's no real point in trying to come up with some really long, heavy, difficult backstory on this part. Kind of throw in that they're a VTuber. VTubers exist. They're streaming, and then something happened. Being real. There's meaningful thought behind it. It's all to take place in the change-up. Yeah, this part down at the bottom. I know you can't see my mouse, but the part down here with the hand bursting out, the cracks appearing all over her body. And then the voice, saying, "I'm tired of waiting, my dear sister." It'll all be explained in part 3. It's trust me. This is the one thing I do know. I do have a lot more thoughts for part 3. It'll be a lot easier because it's just going to be like, because this one I'm trying to explain things. Or more so for like the audio, I guess. Alright, it is really cold in my room. Should probably turn off the fan, but I'm too lazy. Now the hand coming out is a very important play into the next part. That really solidifies what's going to happen. Because if we go back to part 1, at the end of part 1, I created a vessel, one that would exist outside of the universes but not exist alongside me. I had to give this version of me a name since I myself did not have one. I gave this version the name Setsuna Fox. So this right here, the original, who went to sleep, created one that would exist outside of the bounds of all other realities. Every other universe has a version of Setsuna. But this one was to exist outside of that, monitor and maintain the balance. Then you have part 2 taking place with that very same Setsuna who's supposed to be outside of the bounds of reality, inside the bounds of reality. No longer existing outside. There's now technically, in whatever world they're in, there are now technically 2 Setsunas, when there should only be one. Kind of, I guess. Then again, anything can give off Kingdom Hearts vibes at this point. But no, part 3 is where it all come to a head, and where everything is really revealed. Because this was kind of like trying to set up the change, and I didn't want to drag it out too long. That's why I started with a conversation between some people about the incident that happened. I didn't want to drag it out. I literally didn't want to drag it out and be like, yeah, this happened. They're doing this, all of this. all of this. They're doing this too. These things as well. And I kind of wanted to just jump straight into the change. Again, this is like you've watched this person. You know what's going on with this person. That's kind of the point I was going for this part. And then, you know, the freak out, the voices, the echoing, the panic when a giant hand pops out from, well, technically an arm and a hand, but you get the point. You know, burst forth from your chest with cracks everywhere. It's supposed to be, you know, panicky. And, you know, basically being strangled by this hand that comes out. Dropping to your knees, being choked to death by a hand, and then a shadowy voice just saying, "I'm tired of waiting. My dear sister." It's cold and I'm shivering. Yeah, that's the whole point of this part. This part is just to set up part 3. It's supposed to be confusing. But if you really look into it at part 1, yeah, and that's kind of how story is. You want to kind of leave a lot of stuff out. You don't want anything too detailed because then it ruins the, you know, the reader's depiction. And while yes, this will technically be animated, at least with still images and voiceovers and shit, is what I'm planning to try to do in the future. Because like I said, it's hinted at in the first part. It doesn't seem like it's hinted at. You know, devouring the light of creation, becoming the creation itself, constant universes, millions and universes created and destroyed, so on and so forth. You know, it's just, it'll make sense. I promise. I promise you it'll make sense, and it's not just me shoehorning shit into it. Like I said, this part 2 was more shoehorned than anything, but it's only because, again, I didn't want to drag it out, because this is lore. Part 1 is basically the actual lore. Part 1 is the lore for the character, for, you know, the power of creation, the universes, how they all came to be. That's the main lore. That is the lore that makes up the foundation of, you know, this avatar. You know, Setsuna Fox. This is the foundation of Setsuna Fox. In part 1. Part 2 is, you know, basically, you know, the new me. Like how, like if you were, I guess the easiest reference would be, you know, the Bishoujo lore. How all of them, you know, they start out as their previous selves, and then halfway through they change into their new, you know, the new avatars that they have now. That's pretty much how it is. Part 2 is just the gap between part 1 and part 3. Showcases that there is shit going on, things have been happening, and it leads to a full head to the climax where part 3 switches over, and all those questions, well, not every question, no, every question's never answered, because, you know, someone will find a question that isn't answered. So part 3 will solidify everything that's happening, you know, the sister part, what's going on. You're technically not wrong. You're technically not wrong, Sabaro. You're technically not wrong. Yeah, this Setsuna, you know, has been doing some stuff that she shouldn't be doing. You know, there is some stuff going on that needs to be fixed in universe. Oh. There's some stuff that's happened that Setsuna hasn't been doing that they should have been doing. You know, the shadow voice basically saying, "It's no dream, sister. It's only what you've been denying, coming back to bite you in the ass." You know, in this plot point, they've been doing something they're not supposed to. They've been, you know, ignoring something or doing something. And something doesn't like that, so they're taking it into their own hands. Quite literally. And that's where you have the hand pop out and the eye appear. Sorry. Because hold on. You know, a new form has purple eyes. Get it? Get it? Get it? Get it? Of course, the only ones who really will understand the purple eye will, you know, be the ones who have, you know, been watching me for all this time and see this type of stuff. I mean, yeah, you know, the purple eye has a very particular thing going forward with it. Kind of. It'll dwell on the doppelganger situation with, you know, technically there being two versions of Setsuna. Because like I said, there's the original created one Setsuna to be one version of themselves to be inside each of the worlds. Each and every universe has a version of, you know, the original Setsuna. But then there's, you know, the one that exists outside of those realities that governs and balances everything. That apparently has decided to ignore that and jump into one of the worlds. I mean, it will deal with technically the dual personality and the doppelganger, but technically not in the way you think. For one of them. I have been thinking about part 3 a lot, because I usually do that. I think of the ending before I think of the beginning. So when I was writing part 1 was all from fucking whatever I could imagine. Part 3 is all from everything I've already planned. Kind of. There's still some stuff we gotta work out, like getting to the end of part 3, but for the most part, part 3 has already technically been complete. In the sense that in the sense that part 3 is going to be a whole lot easier to write for. Part 3 will be a lot easier to write for. And this one I tried to add a bunch of stuff that I probably didn't even need to add. Part 1 was more so just narration. You know, kind of like the March of the Penguins, where you just have Morgan Freeman narrating the March of the Penguins. Now that's basically part 1. It's just pure narration. It's just pure narration done by the narrator. I need Draco. I don't know that one. And the only one I know is, you know, SpongeBob getting crushed by a flying ice cream truck. That's the only reference I know. I mean, he doesn't die though. Those are some big milkers for Mika. Those are too big. Sorry, I was distracted. But no, I think that's a good part too. It leaves a lot of interpretation for the reader, or the viewer in this case. Because again, this is all going to be like a script. It'll have illustrations in the background with text on the screen and stuff like that. I need to find some people to voice Guy 1, 2, and Girl 1. Or it could be Girl 1 and 2 and Guy 1, or Girl 1, Guy 2, Cactus 1. Like, I really don't care who voices these, as long as it's, you know, 3 different people. See if some of my friends want to help me out for this part. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I'll have enough money to pay them. Yeah, but technically there's 3 parts that need to be voiced by other individuals. Oh. And of course I'll voice the rest of this shit. Because there's a lot of stuff that I have to voice. I've got to voice all of part 1. Oh god, I'm gonna hate myself. I'm gonna have to narrate my own creation. Part 2, kind of all over the place, with it ending with, again, more back and forth between me and myself. I mean, the good thing is, with a shadow voice, I can technically use a voice effect. It's technically not me speaking, in that instance at least. And part 3 is going to be really fun. Part 3 is going to be a nightmare to record for. By the way, I've never done any recordings before. I've never like sat down and like physically recorded stuff that actually needed to be edited. So this is going to be a very, very interesting learning experience for myself. I'm going to talk with someone that I want to work with this on for the lore video. They probably know more about this than I do. I cannot do an imitation Morgan Freeman, but let's see, how does he sound? Like in the beginning. No, I can't. Yeah, I can't do his voice. Because I'm trying to think about it. Like, if I wasn't trying to think about it and I was just naturally trying to imitate him, like during the middle of a stream, I might be able to do it. But now that I'm actually trying to think about it, I'm like, nope. I'm gonna be like, because in my mind, like in like, you know, my thought is like, this is how he sounds, and I'm trying to talk, and it's just me talking normally. In the beginning, there was nothing. I'm Morgan Freeman. That's my mind right now. That's how I'm thinking. And it's nightmarish. Yeah, this is part 2 of the lore. Not super, you know, not super detailed and not super long, but I wanted to keep it simple. And I wanted to keep it fast paced because I don't want this part to drag on. Because I didn't want to be like, oh yeah, I did this. I did all this stuff. Because that's not what this lore is about. The main lore that anybody really cares about would be part 1. Part 2 and 3 is more so for the new me. I mean, you know. But yeah, that's what we'll go with for this part of the stream. Save again. I'm gonna switch over to just chatting, and then I'm gonna make sure it saves correctly. Okay, that is weird. Oh, what's this? Oh, it's that. I don't even think it was saving. Okay. Well, I saved it this time. It is now saved in a new folder because apparently I don't know where the fuck the other folder was put. Yeah. Yeah, we're done with the lore. It's a bit rough. It's a bit jumbled, but I think it'll do pretty cool. Let's see. We're just gonna have Metal Gear playing still in the background. Yeah, I was thinking, because I want to try, like I said, I want to try to do an anime abridged watch along. I was thinking we just do it on stream, but at the same time, I don't want to get banned or copyright strikes and all that shit. I don't know what happened, but okay. But yeah, I do want to do an anime Discord, an anime abridged watch along. That is something I want to try to do. I'd prefer to do it in Discord because it'd be easier than, you know, trying to do it on stream. Because again, I wouldn't have to worry about the copyrights and all. Because I know a lot of people are at one point just spamming, Twitch with like full streams of shows and stuff. I mean, I don't think there'd be a problem if I was doing commentary with it. It wasn't just, me just showing the thing. It was commentary for all I know. I mean, if I could find a way to do it. That's true. But like I said, Discord would probably be easier just because, it's on Discord. We don't have to worry about copyrights. And it'd just be between, the friends and chill people we want to do with that day. But I was thinking of trying to do it on a Wednesday morning. Is what I was hoping to try to do. Do it Wednesday morning around 9:30 a.m. kind of like this or later, and just watch some abridged anime. It doesn't have to be a super long one or anything. Booty hell? What is he talking about? True facts about Morgan Freeman? If I had money, I would do it, but I don't have anybody. But yeah. So I want to try to do Discord then. But there is some other stuff. Bam. Discord watch along, abridged anime. I want to try to do it on Wednesday morning. I don't know if that'll be a good time for everybody. You can also do it in the afternoon on Tuesday if you guys would like. I don't know when a lot of you are awake or not busy. But yeah, I do want to do that. There may be a possible Phasmophobia stream upcoming. So look forward to that. It'll be with my friends that I probably played with last time with. Preferably this time with me actually getting involved. Because I was not involved last time. Ghost Stories? I've never even heard of that. I was thinking of starting out with Seven Deadly Sins Abridged, because I rewatched that again. It's funny as shit. But yeah, so there's a Discord watch along. I'm gonna try to do it Tuesday afternoon or Wednesday morning. If anybody is in the Discord, feel free to let me know what you prefer. Possible Phasmo stream again with some friends that have wanting to do the new event, our new update. December 24th, Metal Gear Rising Revengeance Mode Endurance. Playing the game on the hardest difficulty. Trying to do some sort of maybe punishment game where every time I die, I do something. Trying to beat it in one go. See how much my sanity goes from there. December 25th. Probably in the afternoon, maybe in the morning. Depends on when my family wants to do Christmas. We will do the Xenosaga Episode 3 marathon till the end. Wherever we do not get complete tomorrow, we will work on that day, and we will try to beat an end. And by beat an end, I mean we will beat and end Xenosaga Episode 3 on the 25th. It'll be Christmas, it'll be awesome, and there will be tears, mainly from me. And then if anything, we'll do more stuff afterwards later on in the stream. And December 26th is Pokemon Scarlet. I'm getting it for Christmas, so we'll be playing Pokemon Scarlet on Christmas. And it really depends, again, it depends on when we have Christmas over at my place. So I may have Xenosaga get done early, and then I can reschedule for the Pokemon to be on the 25th. But right now, the 26th will be Pokemon Scarlet. We'll probably play a whole lot more stuff too. But Pokemon Scarlet, and then if I'm enjoying Pokemon as much as I hope I'm going to enjoy this one, we will split it into 2 streams. I'll do 2 streams on the 26th. One in the morning, one in the afternoon. And the 27th will be Sonic Frontiers, because I haven't played a Sonic game since, I think, Sonic Forces? Something or other. I just know that there was a team of Sonic. You had a team. Like each group had a different team that was made up of the same type of members: speed, power, technical, or something or other. I don't know. I don't even remember. I don't even know if that's the last Sonic game I played, but I know I haven't played a Sonic game technically since GameCube. So it's just been a while. And then the 28th, I'm not sure if I'm going to stream that day. I may take that day off to just chill. I know, I am so freaking happy. We will no longer have Ash Ketchum as the protagonist. We will no longer have a 20-year-old, 10-year-old as the main protagonist of Pokemon. About damn time. Because, god damn it, 20 years he's been a Pokemon trainer. He's been 10 years for 20 years. That's 20 years too long. I'm glad to be rid of him. No offense, Ash. Ash lost my interest long ago. I was more interested in all the side characters more than I was him. I was legit interested in all the side characters like May, Dawn. Like, all of them were far more entertaining and interesting than Ash. Which is why I was always upset that he was the only trainer that was there. But, you know, I'm kind of glad, because I don't like Ash at all. Like when he first started, it was interesting. And then he lost. And then he lost. And he lost some more. And some more. He won once, but it wasn't even the main win. And then he lost some more. He got cheated out of a victory from some asshole with a Darkrai. We all know for a fact that was bullshit. And then Ash lost again when he should have won, but he lost anyways because plot demanded that the Charizard Mega Evolve bullshit win when we all know his Greninja should have won. That was hands down the best fight in a Pokemon anime. Greninja versus Charizard, and Greninja lost, and I call bullshit. And then we have the current one where he finally won the championship. Yay! And then he wins the actual Pokemon against all the other champions. And of course, Leon was the one he fought and beat against. Another Charizard that he beats. It just irritates me. I don't know. Gary did a better job hands down. He did. He actually had evolution. He was a trainer. He was an asshole. He fought Ash. I think he lost to Ash. I don't remember. He trained more, and then he was like, you know what? I'm gonna do something else, and then became a professor. Unlike Ash, who spent the next... I think Gary actually grew up. Ash has not grown up at all. He looks the same. Gary actually looks like he's gotten older. Gary's like, you know what? I'm gonna actually start aging. Ash is like, you know what? I'm gonna stay the same age. I'm sorry. I just don't like... I just don't like Ash. We haven't needed Ash for a long while now, but they kept giving them to us. Oh shit, that even makes it funnier. Somebody made a tweet that says, Ash becomes a Pokemon champion / master before Luffy finds the One Piece, or Conan exposes / arrests the Black Organization. Never thought I'd see the day. Yeah, Ash literally became a champion before Luffy finds One Piece, or Conan from Detective Conan actually completes the series. I think it's been in the works for a while now that they wanted Ash out. And he didn't. He technically won 2 championships. He won the main championship in the Aloha or whatever series, and then he won the actual champion against all the other champions. I mean, that does make sense. He's technically won 2. But I'm kind of glad that, you know, they're not using Ash anymore. But no, it's even more fucked up when One Piece is still going on longer than Pokemon. And Detective Conan is still going on longer than Pokemon. I'm gonna hate the fact that we're actually gonna need to go, how long has One Piece been going on? It's been going on for 40 years. Have you found it yet? Nope, we're still on One Piece. Waiting for Two Piece to start. Like, it's seriously a joke at this point that I have a feeling that the artist for One Piece just doesn't want it to end. It frustrates me when there's so many series that end before something else, and you're like, holy shit, you're right. And this is going on even longer. And this is going on even longer. Why does this happen? Why is this going on? I don't know. I don't know. I don't really know. But I'm looking forward to Pokemon Scarlet. I'm not looking forward to the starter Pokemon because I hate all 3 starter Pokemon. You either get a duck, a really dumb looking lizard, or a future furry. There is no in between for those 3. I just want Cyndaquil. If anybody plays Pokemon and you can catch me a Cyndaquil that's really low level, like level 1, Please do. I'll give it to you. I'll believe when One Piece ends, when One Piece actually has the end at the end of a chapter. And there will be no new chapters. Until then, I will not believe it. No offense, I will not believe a damn thing they say. The artist says. I get it. It's the artist's livelihood, but he's made more than enough money. He could literally start up another. The problem is, to me personally, is that when you focus on one thing and you try to do something else, nobody ever respects that new thing that you tried. Yeah, that's how Shonen Jump's doing it. Let's have Naruto end, but then pick up with his son, because we all wanted to see that shit. Except Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z is like, you know what? We're just gonna focus on Goku and Vegeta the entire time. No need to have any sort of world building. Two Piece, the journey for my dad. He left without them. He left for milk and never came back. He left to go find milk and never came back. That would be hilarious. Oh, that would be hilarious. That is just terrifying. Oh, that's what it is? That's dumb. But yeah, I am looking forward to doing next week's stuff. There will be a stream on Friday, by the way. Next Friday, there will be a stream on the 23rd. I don't know what that stream will be, but look forward to something coming out to being posted on Monday morning. I will have a stream scheduled for Friday. Again, I don't know what that stream will be, but there's going to be a stream on Friday. I just haven't figured out what I want to stream yet. Excuse me. That hurt. That hurt a whole hell of a lot. Ow. Why did that hurt so much? Oh, I am cold as shit right now. Everything's cold. I hope they really do continue with the manga. Because the author did the one shot that continued it, and it looked amazing. So we can only hope that they actually continue with it, because You know, I'm freaking looks amazing. I'm not going to sleep yet. I'm just tired and cold. Really want to get that, but at the same time I don't want to because I'm already ridiculous. I dislike the way Twitter does shit now. It displays the tweets from related to the actual thing, and it's like, you know what, we're just gonna put in a bunch of tweets that have nothing to do with it. And I'm like, why the fuck would you do that? How am I supposed to understand? This could be completely separate. I heard that the Burn the Witch is a really one shot. Burn the Witch was an interesting concept, but I don't know, it took it in a weird place because it's if I'm not mistaken, he's already mentioned that it's connected to the actual to Bleach. It's the same universe. But I think it takes place in Europe. If I'm not mistaken, it's supposed to be the same universe. Where, you know, the stuff that happens in that series is basically hold on. Okay. Okay. Sorry, my eyes just look weird when I look over. No, it's supposed to be in the same universe, but I don't know. I think it was just done weird. I mean, people were really just wanting Bleach to come back, which is a sad thing. Because the author can do some amazing work, but with the way Bleach ended, people were just upset. Like, the author wasn't able to do what he wanted to do. He was told to cut it short. Give me 1 second. I know I spelled that wrong. Sorry, I sent it a message. Yeah, the early anime wasn't the greatest. But, you know, like the actual, once it developed further, it got really, really nice. But yeah, it's interesting. I don't know why these popped up? That's weird. But I have decided that on January 1st, which is the beginning of the new year, and a Sunday as well, we will begin a new RPG for Sundays, which will be Yakuza Like a Dragon. Fuck it, we're gonna play Yakuza. It's gonna be the game we play every Sunday until we occasionally switch off for Yu-Gi-Oh! Or other planned things. But yeah, every Sunday will be Yakuza Day. We will play Yakuza Like a Dragon. Yeah! Because I've never beaten the game and I want to beat it. But I also want to start over again from the beginning because I don't want to just start from the middle of it. And January 1st, we'll begin the new RPG for Sundays after we complete Xenosaga Episode 3. I don't want Xenosaga Episode 3 to end, but we need it to end because we can't keep playing it indefinitely. Sadly, we have to. All good things must come to an end. Very, very sadly. It makes me sad. I wanted to keep watching it. I wanted to keep playing it. Why can't there be an episode 4? I'll occasionally do Yu-Gi-Oh, but I'm not going to go out of my way to play it. Because, you know, after everything that happened in the last one and the one that made me quit, you know, I don't know. I'm just not too fond of it. Merry Christmas. We're not even at Christmas yet. We've still got a week and 1 day. We've still got time. And all these big VTubers able to pop out new outfits so quickly. I say that, but they've probably been in the works for months. But, you know, they have a lot more money than I do to be able to do all that. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. But for right now, we don't have that. Oh, that is hot. Oh, okay. That's even hotter. I do too. I would love to have Christmas last for weeks. I get tired of seeing these inspirational posts about how, you know, it gets easier, but it takes time. It's like, well, how long am I supposed to wait? I'm going to be probably self-depreciating here again, but no. It gets frustrating when you see so many of your friends, you know, get viewers and get numbers and continuously grow, and then you're just kind of stuck there and you're like, what am I doing wrong? Am I doing something different that they're doing that I'm not? And I know it is. They're interacting with a lot more people than I am. I know a lot of people that I talk about. I don't mention their names because I don't want to be rude, and it doesn't need to be that way. But you know, it gets frustrating, and I keep seeing it, and I keep thinking, man, what am I doing wrong? I mean, I stream, I try to interact with people, I make content outside of streams, as best I can. I mean, I know I don't interact with a lot of people outside of streams on Twitter and stuff. I'm pretty shy. I'm like, do I interact with this post? You know, if I interact, are they going to get noticed? Is anybody going to even see this? Is it just going to be the same, you know, X, Y, Z people seeing my post? Or I'm constantly seeing the people who are like, you know, don't worry, you'll be fine. You'll get there. It'll take time. Really does get annoying. Because you see other people like, I've been doing this for a month and I've already done this. And I'm like, good for you. Good for you. Good fucking for you. I've been doing it for over a year. And I'm nowhere near what you are. Yeah, the only problem is I have to have money. And I'm trying to save up my money. And I did want to get the new Choo Choo Charles game. That game looked pretty interesting. But I also can't afford every single new game that comes out that some people can. Like, I know I need to find my niche. I need to find, like, you know, what works for me. But sadly, what works for me usually is what 99% of people don't care about. Like, I like playing Yu-Gi-Oh, but I'm not a competitive player, so playing Yu-Gi-Oh would probably just drain me out and completely make me lose my life essence. My life essence. There are tons of games I want to play, but most of them aren't very popular. But we'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. I'm gonna keep. I always do this to you guys. I always like, man, I'm shit. I'll never amount to anything. Why do all my friends have to be so cool? And I'm like, I'm this. I will always keep doing that. That's just the way my mind works. I can't help it. That's how I've been since I was a kid. Like, I am very self-depreciating, even when I don't mean to be. That's just how my head works. That's just what my brain does, and I can't help it, and I hate it. But I know a lot of my problem is that I don't talk to other people. And it becomes very apparent for me when I talk to people that I'm not really in the inner circle per se, because I'll talk to people and think we're pretty decent, but then I never get mentioned. They never talk to me unless I respond to them. You know, I mention them, they never mention me type situation. Like, it really hits when you see it, and you're like, you see them have their own personal friend group, and then you're like, well, fuck, I don't have my own friend group. Like, I legit do not have a friend group. I have one real life friend, and unfortunately he can't do anything because he's a full-time uncle now. He's taking care of his roommate's kids and helping his roommate's girl out because he lives there. He can't just hop on and chat with me whenever. And when I'm on Twitter and shit, I'm shy. I don't talk to people. I just look at it and go, nice. Let me think of a tweet that I can make that and never send that tweet. Like, the most vocal I am is here. Like, me talking right now is the most I've talked since yesterday. Like, even my friends, even my coworkers, like, when I talk to them, I don't really, talk to them. I know a lot of the problems that I have is, me personally. I'm not making that effort. I don't go to, 30 other Discord servers and post going live in their servers like probably many others do. Mainly because I don't like that. If I hit going live in somebody else's server in their promotions tab, I feel like it's just drowned out because that's what so many other people are doing. Nobody really wants to go and watch this person because they're there. They're mainly there for for everybody else. They're there for the person that they follow. That's kind of why I don't have one in my server. That's why I don't have a promotion thing in my server, because I feel it's stupid. Like if you join my Discord server and the only thing you want to do is post going live to your streams, it's I don't want that. When you join a server, when you go somewhere, you're only there for you're really only there for that person. Now, most people won't check out those posts. But I mean, it does work. You will get some people, and they may go, this person's pretty cool. I'm going to check them out more. I need to get out of my shell that I keep putting myself into. I keep throwing myself into, that really big shell, and I don't talk to people. But I'm trying to branch out. I'm doing my best. It wears on you. I want to play Minecraft, but I want to do it with friends. Join a server would be fun, but if I don't know anybody in there, it's just weird. Like, I wanted to hopefully somehow get involved in that really big VTuber Minecraft server, but I'm a small VTuber, so there's no fucking way I was gonna get in. Not when large VTubers A through Z wanted to get in. And of course, I have no connections. Like, a lot of people who start out usually have a friend or group of friends, or friends that help them out, that build them up, hop in. I mean, it is what it is. Like, I'll figure it out myself. I'll figure it out. It's a journey. It's just a really shitty journey at this point. It just feels very lonely right now. Like, it just feels like I've tried stuff, but I can never really collab with anybody, because anytime I want to collab with somebody, they're like, yeah, but I stream later in the day, and I'm like, why? But I know a lot of the problem with me in collabs is that I don't ask people. I expect people to ask me, even though I shouldn't do that. Like, I'm trying to get out and, you know, and talk to people more. I know a lot of the reasons for collabs is because I don't ask people. Like, I do not talk to people. And that is the problem. Like, I've asked people before and they're like, yeah, we can do that. And then they cancel. Oh, hold on. Of course you can't. Why would you be able to read that file? I hate Google. There we go. No, I want to collab with a lot of people, but a lot of it just comes down to the inability to collab. But I do need to ask more people. A lot of it just, like I said, a lot of it just comes down with me not asking. And when I do ask, they're like, yeah, I can't do anything now, but I can do things in a few months. And I'm like, why would it take so long? Ah! Like, I asked a friend and they're working, so, you know, I said they're working overtime, and that's fine. You know, they're allowed to. You know, trying to find a day that we could do something is the hard part. Because I'm just amazed how some people can have, like, yeah, I have all this stuff planned in advance, and I'm just like, what the fuck? I technically don't even have the next 2 days planned in advance. How do you have months planned in advance? Me too. I kind of like Setsuna. Not sociable to people, but I try making up conversations in chat. Sometimes I would just lurk because of my introvert tendencies. Yeah, I'm a very big introvert. I don't handle things well. But when I'm on stream like this, when I'm on stream, I'm fine. I can just, like, if I can think of it, I will talk for a while. I'll usually talk in circles, but I will talk. I will talk in circles, but I will talk. Like, kind of right now, I'm just kind of circling around. But, well, like, I do want to collab with people. But people don't ask me, and I usually always have to ask everybody else. And I don't see collabs as, like, you know, I want to be the one. I want to collab with you because I want to interact with your fan base. No, I want to collab because I just want to play with a really cool person. Like, I just want to sit and talk with you. I just want to, you know, play a game, whatever that game may be. Like, my mindset is like when I was a kid. We're like, you know, let's go play a game. and after school and go play the game, and we go play a game. That's how I think of it. Apparently the online persona is, if you want to have a collab, you gotta plan shit out. You gotta have everything prepared in advance. You gotta have this and that. And I'm like, I just want to play a game. I just want to play a game. I don't care about all that shit. No, I mean, I get it. You know, setting up a collab and then, that person isn't, who you thought they were, or, the collab's not very fun. Or the person you're collabing with isn't very fun, and you're like, oh shit, this is a nightmare. I should not do this. I get that. You're gonna have those moments where you think this person's really fun, and then you collab with it. For me, like, I don't see collabs as this big thing that needs to have this super elaborate setup, because that's not how I view it. I just view it as just talking and playing games with somebody you want to play and talk games with. But, the way VTubing is and streaming is, most people don't see it that way. Most people see it as, we have to literally have it be this super planned thing, and it's like, I don't want that. I just want to play a game with this person that I think is really cool. But I need to ask people, and a lot of the people that I want to collab with are either on a hiatus, permanently, because life happens. They're on a hiatus because, something else. They don't stream anymore. They're very busy. They take breaks often. They're working extra during the holidays. That type of stuff. Like, a lot of the people that I really want to collab with, they don't stream anymore. Or they're on breaks. Like, I could technically count on one hand how many collabs I've had planned, and it's 2. I played Apex with another streamer almost a year ago. And then the one with Annie a while back, which was supposed to be the Goose Game that resulted in not Goose Game. I don't mind Scuff. I get Scuff. Scuff is what I usually always have. But my idea is that, I just, nobody wants to collab with me. That's what it seems like. It's like, yeah, we can collab. And then, like, a month later, they're like, I'm sorry, something has come up and I no longer want to do this. Like, I've asked a few people if they want to collab, and most of them are like, yeah. And then, like, a month later, they're like, I'm quitting streaming. I'm like, well, fuck. I didn't know I had that effect on people. Like, anytime I've asked somebody to collab, they're like, yeah, sure, I'd love to collab. And then, like, some life stuff gets in the way. I'm not trying to be an asshole, but, it's out of the 5 times that I've asked for collabs, the first time from them, the first one was that, yeah, sure, we can. And then, life got in the way. Perfectly fine. That's understandable. The second one was the collab, and they're like, yeah, let's do that. And then they went on break. Yeah, they disappeared for a bit. Ow! Being beaten up by my mod. Demos has hurt me. Hello, Demos. How are you doing today? Oh, that's way too much. Why did I think of it? That was weird. But like I do want to do collabs with more. Like it doesn't even have to be a VTuber. It can just be somebody who wants to, you know, play a game. Oh shit, I need my phone. Give me 1 second. I do not know what the fuck is going on with my phone. Either my phone is damaged or the cable or the block that needs the charge that I used is damaged or something. Like, this is the second cord that I've used. I can hook it. I hooked it up to a different cord and it was fine.
It's all coming together.
Right, give me 1 second, guys. I'm trying to do something real quick. You're at an internet cafe? I'm guessing your internet was down, or you're just at an internet cafe eating? Ah. No, like, I've technically had like 3 collabs, technically, if I count the one time me and my friend played, fuck, what was it called? Not Jailbreak, fuck, what was the name of that one game called? From the same people who did Getting Over It. But, yeah. Like, I don't need, it doesn't have to be with a VTuber. It can just be somebody's like, I just want to play a game with you. Can we do it on stream? I just want to play games with people. I mean, you don't have to be a VTuber. You don't have to be a streamer. If you just want to play a game with me, and I feel we could vibe, fuck yeah. Why does Twitter do that? For some reason, my DMs will always scroll up. Like, why the fuck are you scrolling up? I don't know. But no, like, if you want to collab with me, and you don't have to be a VTuber, you don't have to be a streamer, you can just be somebody's like, I just want to collab with you. I just want to play a game and chat. And I'm like, if I feel we can vibe, fuck yeah, let's do it. I don't give a shit. But I do need to branch out. I do need to start talking to more people. Even if they never see my tweet, interact with them. Say something to them. Maybe I'll get raids from other people. Maybe not. I don't raid people in general, so that's probably why. And of course, like I said, a lot of it comes down to, you know, the fact that I stream at a really bad time. Compared to, compared to the many other streamers and VTubers and so forth that stream in the later time period. I usually stream at this time, which, you know, is hit or miss, really. You know, it's either I'll get people to notice or nobody will notice. And I don't want to stream on my days off, because those are my days off, and that's the time where I get to really just chill and do whatever I want. But, you know, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday seem like good times to stream. I mean, it'd probably be better if I was streaming in the afternoon, but if I did that, I would fuck up my entire schedule. I'd hate streaming again. Because, for those who don't know, I used to stream in the afternoon. But because when I did stream in the afternoon, I'd have to get home early, go to sleep early, wake up, be tired as shit when I wake up, mind you, eat dinner, try to stream, be tired while streaming, and only stream for like 2 to 3 hours. And then after stream, I'd have to get ready for work and go into work. And that is just not something I want to do. Why am I so big? Because I have big boobs. I have big gazonga manga bonga dongas. Gazonga bahanga wanga dongas. And you guys know how I said I only had 3 projects in the works? Yeah, it's now 4 projects. Ow! There's now 4 things that I have working on. One of them isn't so expensive, so it's not a big deal. That one's I'm not worried about. It's the other 2 that I'm working on. Oh yeah, you missed it. You missed the part of the thing where I did the where I did the lore. I did more lore. I'd love to be able to commission type stuff like this, but I don't know who to commission. That comes down to a lot of the problems. I don't know what artists I can commission for certain things. Let me bring it up real quick and bring it back up. We have part 2 of the lore. We'll switch back over real quick. Let me move myself. There we go. We have part 2 of my VTuber lore. Yay! Yeah! Lore! Lore. It is pretty messy for part 2. It's kind of just a quick recap into. It's kind of just a quick jump into part 3. And you know, it kind of breaks the fourth wall so many times. I get fourth wall breaks a lot. It fourth wall breaks a whole lot. You know how, people are VTubers, but apparently the person streaming as a VTuber isn't actually a VTuber. They're actually the Kitsune. And some echoes appear, darkness, clouds, shadows, and a hand burst forth, strangling me. There are no walls in space. There are always walls in space. They're just usually bigger walls. But we still have part 3 of the VTuber lore, which will actually be... Hold on, let me check the calendar. Which will actually be on the 31st. Part 3 will begin on the 31st. And that's going to be the real good shit. That's going to be the real big, deep stuff going on. Fuck, why does it always do that? There we go. Part 3 will be the very interesting stuff, the really interesting lore, the really interesting connection between this version and the other me that you guys keep wondering about, that Sabaro keeps questioning. I'm looking forward to that, because I actually have part 3 far more fleshed out in my mind than I did part 2. Part 2 was literally me shoehorning everything together. Aside from the ending part that I kind of had the idea for, most of it is just kind of all over the place. You mean to tell me the universe is one big pet and waifu? I mean, it could be. We don't know what the original Setsuna Fox looks like. You know, the one who's eternally sleeping inside the infinite realm. We don't know what she looks like. Or we don't know what they look like. They could look like anything. All we know is that they have a tangible form in the form of milk to my brain. I don't remember milk. No. Oh, Legion, welcome. I got some extra sleep. I was playing with snow too hard yesterday. Oh, that's good. You got plenty of sleep. Now you have 6K. Is it going down again or no? I don't know how mods and channel points work. It is, really. Is there a moderator? Sounds like a slime goddess. Where are you getting this from? Where are you getting these things from? Yes, for those interested in wondering, I now have 4 projects in the works. 2 of them are paid for. 2 of them are not paid for. And, yeah. I do need... Holy shit, those are some thighs that can save some lives. Holy shit. They're huge. Oh god, this is a really that's a really dumb comic. It's funny but dumb. But yeah, I had 4 projects in the works. Probably far too many. But the good news is 2 of them are paid for. One of them isn't going to start until April. And I don't have to pay until March, as already agreed upon by the artist, so that I could save some extra cash. And the other one I'm on a wait list right now, and I don't know when that will be due. So I'll be saving up as much money as I can over the coming months. And the good news is I should have my loan paid off as well sometime in a couple of months, which will be very nice. That'll put like $150 in my check back in my pocket every paycheck. Like $300 a month will be back, which is nice. I mean, I technically don't have to put that much down on my loan, but getting it paid off sooner would be nice. Which would technically mean that my computer will be finally paid off. I mean, technically it is already paid off because the money from the loan that I use is what paid for my computer. But the loan will be paid off. And so by that logic, the computer will be paid off. And I just have my credit card. We don't talk about the credit card. No, I'm being responsible. I'm being responsible, guys. I'm kidding. I'm not being help. Send help now! I'm kidding. I'm fine. But I'm looking forward to next year because I'm going to try to make this a very interesting, technically, debut. Yeah, the PC has earned their freedom. Well, like I said, technically the PC has been paid for. I used the money from the loan that I got to pay for the PC. The only thing so that the PC is technically paid off. I'm just paying off the loan. I am very confused by this. Which means the $6,000 that I took out for my PC will be paid off. You took how much? I took that much out to buy a PC. And again, it was also when inflation hit for the graphics card, which was the main reason why it was so expensive. Because at the time, the 3090s were very expensive. And me being who I am, didn't want to go for the short change. I could have just got the 3080 or the 3070 or even a 3060 and been perfectly fine. No, I had to be the asshole and get a 3090. I was like, fuck that shit. We're going balls deep, bros. Like, fuck that weak shit. We're going balls deep, man. Oh. You have a 3080? Nice. What I really should have done, if I really thought about it, is I should have gone for like the 3060 or whatever at the time, and then got a really good processor, like one of the higher grade processors. Is what I truthfully should have done, because the processor, you know, a better processor helps a lot. And then I probably also could have gotten better RAM. I think I have 32 gigabytes. I really should have gone for 64. But no, my PC is good. But again, I bought it when I bought my PC when the graphics cards were being scalped like crazy, so the price was far more expensive than it needed to be when I bought my PC. And of course, I didn't build my own PC. I bought it from a company. Only because, you know, there's no way I could ever build my PC. I don't have any friends that can help me build it, and there's no way I can build it myself. Here we are now. We are now here with my PC almost paid off. Should be paid off in a couple of months. I think I have like 14 and change left on it. I'm paying a little bit extra over what I'm supposed to pay, technically twice a month. I only need to pay it once a month. So once I get that paid off, I can put more money in my savings and more money on my credit card, you know, pay those down. Be responsible. Like, I technically should be responsible and cancel my Final Fantasy 16 Collector's Edition pre-order because I don't technically need the Collector's Edition. The price? You asking how much I have left? Is that what you're saying for the price? All I have left to pay for my loan is like $1,400 and something dollars. If that's what you're asking. But like the price for the loan itself was $6,000. And I've, you know, paid it down pretty quickly compared to what it is. Yeah, I've still got a long way to go, but it's going down pretty fast. And we don't talk about my credit card. We don't talk about that. Just know the credit card cries a lot. Credit card always cries. Like, I truthfully should cancel my Final Fantasy 16 Collector's Edition pre-order. I don't really need the giant Ifrit statue. But it is a really nice giant Ifrit statue. And I usually can't order or pre-order these things from Square Enix because by the time I do, they're usually sold out. So I'm going to keep it there. I'm going to keep paying off my credit card as I go. I also have to figure out what's going on with my charger. I think it's the wall. I think it's the charger in the wall. I think that's what it is. It's the actual charger block in the wall. Or it could be the cord for all I know, but it charges the controller just fine. But where I hook up the cable to the phone, like any movement just cancels out the charge. Oh God. Mario's an asshole. But no, you guys don't need to worry about me. I'm taking care of myself. I'm always making sure I have money. I'm always making sure that I don't spend too much. Occasionally. But I think now is a good time to end the stream because I'm tired. And I'm cold, and I want to get under my blanket and warm up. And I can't think of anything else to talk about. My brain is kind of kaput. My brain is kind of completely out of energy at this point. But the good news is we're going to have a chill stream tomorrow with Xenosaga. We are going to be doing Xenosaga Episode 3. And we're going to be backtracking a bit. We're going to go to some of the older areas and try to unlock some of the, the secret doors we've gotten through, and maybe do any of the secret fights that we haven't done yet, so that we can unlock all the really cool shit. So let's look forward to that. And then maybe if we somehow get through all that stuff pretty quickly, we will move on to the end game. But either way, the end game will be saved, most likely, for next Sunday, where we will try to complete the game for whatever we don't finish tomorrow onto that stream. It'll be a Christmas stream, technically. It will be a Christmas stream. It's going to be on Christmas Day. The end of Xenosaga Episode 3 will be on Christmas Day on stream, and it will be very sad. It's 1:30 in the morning. Ooh. Yeah, you are technically, let's see. It's 12:30 p.m. here. So you're about 10 hours, 11 hours behind me, or ahead of me for all I know. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and call it, because it doesn't sound like it, but I'm about to yawn again, and I'm running out of things to talk about, and my brain is not working today. I promise you tomorrow's stream will be a whole lot more fun as we play Xenosaga Episode 3, trying to unlock some of the secret content in the game, which some of those fights are really fun and very, very, very annoying. But I will see you guys tomorrow if you want to check me out. If not, feel free to stop by whenever you can some other time. In the meantime, you go enjoy your day, whether it be the start or end of it. I'm gonna go pass the fuck out in a little bit. So until then, everybody, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for lurking. Thank you for chatting. And I hope you all have a great day. Bye-bye.